Hi you guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So I have a potluck tomorrow, and what I'm going to do is, you know, when you're making stuff for 15, 20, 25 people, you kind of have to think outside the box a little bit and stretch the dollar. So I'm stretching the dollar making Spanish rice, and I've never made this much at one time. Usually I just make some for us, and I'll probably save some out for us. So what I've got here is this was a giant onion that I chopped up in this Vidalia chopper, and then I did, it's about 3/4 of a red bell pepper. I used that in a different dish earlier, the rest of it. So I've got the red bell pepper. I've got 4 cups of long grain white rice. You can do brown rice, but yeah, we're gonna do white rice. I have 3 large cloves of garlic chopped up fine. I've got some scallions that I'll put in at the very end. I've got tomato sauce, diced tomatoes, and let's see, this is like a diced tomato and green chili, and I'm probably gonna put that in there. I'll also have some chicken stock to put down over this. So the first thing we're gonna do is brown this rice. That's the secret to having delicious, fluffy Spanish rice. You gotta brown it first. All right, so I'll bring you over to the browning station and we'll get moving. All right, guys, the oil is hot. I've got about 1/4 cup of oil in here. And you're gonna need a pan big enough. This is gonna make, this is gonna make 8 cups of Spanish rice. That's a lot of rice. So, whatever you're measuring, you're doubling the volume, but you wanna brown this rice off first. So, once you get it in the pan, you're gonna coat all the grains with your oil. And you're gonna continue to stir and stir and stir until you get a slight brown on there. You don't want it burnt by any means, but you definitely want to brown it. And while this is coming up to temp, I'm gonna get some liquid going. I'm going to use my chicken base. Some people use just chicken bouillon. I like to measure the sodium myself, so I do a lighter version, I guess you'd say. And the liquid's easy to tell. You can taste it right away, but bouillon works just as good. I'm not dissing the bouillon. I love it. It's just a little salty. But the rice is going to be able to handle the salt because it's rice, right? And if you want to rinse your rice first, you can rinse it, but then you need to give it enough time to let it dry. This rice came in a pretty protected bag. I'm okay with it. Okay, so I think I've got my stock ready over here. Perfect. And now we're starting to get some sizzle on this. And this takes a couple of minutes to get this done. But boy, is it worth the result. The result is this fluffy Spanish rice, Mexican rice, whatever you want to call it. I have to tell you, I enjoy all cultures of cooking, and Hispanic food is one of my favorite. Although authentic Spanish food is not that spicy like people think. There's certain areas that do not eat a lot of spicy food. And then there's other areas that, it'd blow your head off if you ate it. So, we're just going to continue here until I feel like I've got a little brown going. I'm going to let some light in and see what you guys are looking at. There you go. It's looking pretty good. Starting. I thought this would be the most economical way. So, I probably spent, I'll have to figure this out. This whole pot of rice is not going to cost very much. Let's see, 60. Oh, wow. This is green. Probably $4 for this whole pot of rice, including the vegetables, the stock, And yeah, that's pretty good. And this could all come out of food storage. So remember that. If you've got an extended pantry, the vegetables can be dehydrated. I have wonderful dehydrated bell peppers that I hoard for myself because they are, I roasted them on barbecue and they're just absolutely delicious. Onions, you can dehydrate onions, garlic, all that stuff. So this rice is just about there. I'm starting to smell it a little bit. And it's up to you what kind of oil you use. I used olive oil because it withstands some high temperatures. And then as soon as we feel like we've got enough brown on there, we can add the vegetables to saute in. And I think we do because I can smell it. Okay. It's a good indicator. Use your nose whenever possible. Okay. So I've got my chopped onion, and you could do it finer or bigger, however you want to do it. It's up to you. And the red bell pepper is going to add that capsaicin that we love. You could use green bell pepper. I just happen to have this one, and it was already cut. So waste not, want none. Now that we've got that in there, that we can cool that down a little bit, I'm going to bring the garlic over. Okay, nice garlic. I don't want that garlic to burn. So, now I'm going to add my diced tomato with green chili and my can of diced tomatoes. And they're liquid. You don't want to leave that liquid out. That's part of the whole process. Okay, now add our tomato sauce. And that's going to account, all that liquid's going to account for 2 cups of my liquid. And you know, with rice, if I've got 4 cups of rice, I need 8. So I still need 6 cups of liquid. And I'm going to put 4 cups of stock in right now, and then I'll make 2 more cups, and we will be good on that. Wow, that looks amazing. And you know, I think because I really feel like I'm cheating myself on the, okay, I'll make the stock. On the green, I'm going to go grab a couple green bell pepper out of my dehydration department, and I'm going to add those in. So that means I need to add a little bit of extra water just to allow for that to absorb, but it'll have plenty of cook time to come up to speed. Ooh, doesn't that look good? I'm going to add some parsley, dehydrated, about a tablespoon and a half maybe. Add some color, some vitamins. It's really good for you whenever possible. Get it in your diet. And grab I don't know where the bell pepper is, so maybe we won't have bell pepper. I'll go look for it, and if I find it, I'll throw it in there. Okay, so that's what we got. We got to let this simmer for about, well, probably 20-25 minutes. As soon as it comes up, I'll turn it down on low, and we'll let it just simmer with the lid on. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so the rice is nice and tender, and I like my Spanish rice. You know what? There's 1,000 different ways to make Spanish rice. Some people like it really dry and, you know, fall apart, fluffy, like I like my white rice when I do Asian dishes. But I like I don't want it sticky, but I want it saucy. And so I add the full amount of liquid. Now, if you wanted it a little drier, you would take away some of that liquid. And now it's time to add in my scallions. But you make your rice any way you want. This is the way I make mine, and we love it. And oh, I'm excited. Okay, so I got these scallions for 20 cents a bundle, and they're beautiful. I thought I was going to dehydrate them, but I've used them in a ton of things. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my burner off. And I take the lid off to evaporate some of that excess. And I'm going to take you over and I'll do a taste test. I'm probably going to add a full bundle of green onions in there. It adds some color, which always is appealing to the eye. We eat with our eyes first. I don't know about you, but I've seen some Spanish rice that was really just kind of orangey rice. It didn't have any flavor to me. So I'd rather have a whole lot of robust flavors going on, especially in a SHTF situation. If the poo hits the fan, I want to eat some good rice. Anyway, all joking aside, we're going to go taste this. Doesn't that look beautiful? I'll take a picture and I'll let you see it up close. Okay, here goes the grand finale. Doesn't that look beautiful? I'm so excited. You got the red peppers, the tomatoes, the scallion, the white onion, tomato sauce, and chicken stock. And I don't know how much better you could get than this. This is my version of Spanish rice. I hope you try it. It truly is delicious, and I'm going to prove it right now. Oh my gosh. That is so good. It's really good. It's got that light tomatoey flavor, but you can taste the garlic, and it doesn't have to be spicy to be so flavorful. And I do taste a little of the mild capsaicin from the sweet red pepper. Delicious. Anyway, I hope you try this. Wait a minute. Wow. If you like it saucy, you'll like this one. If you like it really dry, you're probably going to add less liquid, but this is delicious. I hope you try it. I hope it brings you back, because I have a lot of really good recipes coming up and good videos, fun videos. I've got some more dog food videos coming up in the future. Another sushi videos on the making, and let's see, I'm trying to think what else. You're missing out on a test recipe. I'm going to test it out first, and then if it comes out really good, we'll show it to you for a pork roast. But it smells good because it's in the oven. Anyway, hope it brings you back. I hope you subscribe. I hope that if you like this, you give me a thumbs up down on the underbar there. There's a little thumb pointing upward. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. And if you really like it, go ahead and pass it on to your Facebook page. All right, guys. God bless.